What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me discussing the Demonic Beast Battle Double Drops event coming to global next week. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining how you guys can prepare teams for each of the Demonic Beast battles, and I'm going to be showcasing to you guys the teams in this video. So let's hop in. Alright guys, so I wanted to show you on JP right now that it is double drop, as you guys can see. So this is going to be the guaranteed clear reward, and as you guys can see, it does say 2 right there. It's also going to say this for the deer and also Skull and Hati as well. So this is going to be the best time on Grand Cross to actually be farming Demonic Beast Battle and actually going for these, floor 3 clears and just keep rinse and repeating. Right, so we're going to be talking about the best teams in this video that you want to be using in terms of farming the Demonic Beast battles super quickly. So first things first, let's talk about the bird. So the bird, I have Miguelda already here, and what we're going to do, guys, is when we go to each of the Demonic Beast battles, I'm going to show you guys just the main unit itself, and then we're going to talk about another character that you, or like the rest of the team pretty much, that you can use alongside that main character. So alright guys, so hopping into the bird here, what team are we going to be using here to clear the bird and actually clear quickly? First things first, you're going to be running the damage dealt card set, the 20% damage dealt, or if you have the attack related card set and you're running a full mono race team, you can run that as well, but we're going to run the bird card set. That's just standard. It's going to be 20% damage dealt single target, and that's going to help your trader melee do a lot more damage when you actually use them, which, spoiler alert, we are going to be putting trader melee on the team. And the reason why is because trader melee is a staple on the bird. He's pretty much tailor-made for the content. He has the amplified damage, which he gains when he gains buffs from Miguelda. He has the Pierce AoE, which does a very good amount of damage, and he has a Cleave ultimate, which does a stance removal and buff removal together, which is very, very strong. So Trader Melee Miguelda is literally just a broken combo on the bird. Anyone that does bird knows that Trader Melee and Miguelda, super crazy combo, man. In terms of like substitutes for Trader Melee, though, you can pretty much run any other DPS character. You can do like Festival King, you can do Ultimate Ascanor, Purgatory Meliodas, pretty much like any character that can fill that slot for extra damage and work well with Miguelda. But yeah, so those are going to be the two main characters right there. Moving on, we have this slot right here, which I like to run as a taunt character. Preferably, I like to do Festival Dien. You can definitely run a character like Festival Gulther, though, if you want, the attack related and the max HP increase, which can actually help you do a quicker clear technically. But I like to do it the stance character because I like to be super consistent on my runs. And in terms of the link here, you are just going to run regular Tarmiel Link, not red Tarmiel Link. And the reason why is because on floor 2 phase 2, when you put up the stance, if you have red Tarmiel Link, it's going to block effect the boss, which means he one-shots you completely regardless. So you have to run blue Tarmiel Link so that you don't block affect the boss if you are running a stance character. If you don't want to run a stance character, you're gonna have to run a character like Ultimate Ascanor that can hit past the damage cap with like per se as Scourge cards, or you would run a character like Demon or regular Kusak because he also has Abyss on his ultimate, which can do damage past the damage cap as well. So there are options in terms of this slot, but I personally like to run a stance character, so I will put Dian on. And we will keep Dian right there, and that's what I like to run personally. In this slot right here, this is a flex slot, so you can pretty much run whoever you want in this slot. You can run like Green Arthur, you could run like Tarmiel if you want, you could run I don't even know, it could pretty much be anybody, Freyr, like anybody really. So this slot is pretty much a flex slots, right? So as an example, like right here, I could run Kusak if I wanted to as well. I used to run a team comp like this actually fairly often, and it was actually not that bad. It was actually fairly good. But you can run pretty much anybody in that slot. You can even run like Esterosa. You could have kind of like a Demon Miguelda team because you have Melee and Esterosa applying the darkness stacks. You could like there's so many options, guys. Like literally any character you can think of, just slot them in this slot and you're gonna be good, right? It's just whatever you prefer really. A lot of people just prefer Green Arthur sometimes because of his consistency, so we can put Green Arthur there, and it's also like a fairly free to play friendly comp as well. So let's get Arthur. And yeah, like this is probably the most like quote unquote free to play friendly like fast bird team. But yeah, this is the one that I would probably recommend for the general player base. But yeah, That pretty much covers the bird though, guys. Like literally, you have your trainer melee slot, your Miguelda slot, your taunt character, and then your flex slot. That's gonna be the team comp breakdown, and that's pretty much what you're gonna want to do in terms of the bird. Alright, moving on to the deer, guys. So in terms of the deer and what team comps are going to be running here, first things first, we are going to be running either the attack related card set, or you're going to be running the damage dealt single target card set. And the reason why you're going to be running these card sets specifically is because your characters just need to deal a ton of damage, right? You can go for the basic stat card set, but the one thing that does suck about the basic stat card set is that it does block you from getting frozen when you have maximum ultimate move gauge, and you do actually need to get frozen on the second floor phase 2 of the deer if you cannot kill in 2 turns. So that is just something to take into account, right? But yeah, I would only run this if you can guarantee that you can kill in 2 turns. If not, it's not worth it. But I like to run the attack related card set or the 20% damage dealt card set. But for just for the general player base here, we will run the damage dealt one because a lot of people are going to have the bird card set already. So let's make a team comp together. So Jormungand is going to be the green character for deer. Remember, on the deer, guys, you have to have color cycling. You have to have a blue, red, and green type character. So first things first, we got to get the best character of each typing. So let's go to red. What is going to be the best red character? You have Freyr. He's going to be a very good option. You have Freya. She's going to be a very good option. You have Scotty, right? You have, like, there's just so many options for red. Red is pretty much stacked. So for my runs, I like to run Freyr because he does damage past the damage cap, and he's also going to be buffing the team with his all stats. So you have 2 things that Freyr is going to be benefiting you with. So that's going to be the red character we run on the team. In terms of blue, I prefer the 1 Escanor, the original the 1 Escanor, and the reason why is because he hits damage past the damage cap as well, just like Freyr, because they both have the death ultimate, and Escanor is still able to hit super hard on his regular card. So if you have the 1 Escanor, he's still not a bad blue character, and even on my JP account, just to show you guys, I legit run this exact unit at level 90 on my deer runs, and I'm able to farm the deer consistently. So that goes to show, like, the 1 Escanor is still, even on a free-to-play account, can be a very, very strong character. So yeah, Escanor is going to be a very good option for the blue slot. In terms of other characters you can substitute, people like to run Estarossa, Chad King. You can run Nanashi if you want, because if, like, for an unknown team, you can do what's another blue character? Brawler Bond if you want. You can do I think that's like pretty. Oh yeah, Milim. I know Milim is a really good option as well. Wherever my Milim is, I can't find her. But yeah, she's a very good option as well. But pretty much you have a lot of blue slots. Kusak as well, another blue slot. But yeah, there's a good amount of blue characters you can run. But I personally would recommend the 1 Escanor because a lot of people are just going to have this guy. And he's also very, very good, even lower dupe on the deer. Just because he can hit past the damage cap with his ultimate, and his regular cards still hit very, very hard. So that's going to be the blue slot right there. And then in terms of this 3rd slot, this can pretty much be a flex slot. You can run any type of character in this slot, guys. But personally, I prefer running a green character because Jormungand is not going to be dealing a ton of damage, whereas Freyr and the 1 Escanor are going to be very good damage dealers. So you want to actually substitute a green character in here that can deal a ton of damage on the Demonic Beast battle. And one of the main green characters that I like to recommend to people is going to be Green Brunhild, which you guys saw, spoiler alert, from the team I showed on JP. But yeah, Brunhild is going to be a very, very good option. Another substitute you can use is going to be Green Arthur as well. Because if you guys don't know, Green Arthur is going to give you the damage dealt, damage reduction, which is also just going to help the team in like overall for tanking and just dealing more damage. So you have those 2 options, and also you could run like a taunt character in the slot if you want as well, if you want to draw damage away. But personally, I like to run a green character just to replace the Jormungand damage because I know Jormungand's not going to be hitting too hard. So what I like to run personally, guys, is going to be the Brunhild, and this is going to be the team in terms of running Eikthyr. And in terms of links here, I would go Sario link on the Brunhild, so you'll make sure you have Sario link on the Brunhild. You probably do Mael link Freyr, and then just like crit chance link like Merlin for the 1 Escanor, and that'll be pretty good. Or you could do like Margaret link on Freyr if you don't have Mael 66, or just any other link really, right? It doesn't necessarily matter. But red Tarmiel link on the Jormungand is a safe bet. Remember on the bird though, guys, that you will want to run the regular blue Tarmiel link, right? Where versus like the deer, where you can actually run the red Tarmiel link. So feel free to use red Tarmiel link on the deer, but just not the bird. Alright guys, moving on to the final Demonic Beast battle, we have Skull and Hati. In terms of the team comps you're going to be running here for Skull and Hati, we're going to make it pretty simple for you guys, okay? So the first things first, you have to have other than Thonar, you have to have a Ignite Benefitter or Ignite Blocker. So there's two versions of this type of character. You have Scotty, which is going to be an Ignite Benefitter, so she decreases enemies' attack and defense for each debuff on the hero and increases damage dealt for the team. So she's gonna benefit from having more ignites on herself, which is a good option. You can also run Freyr instead as well. Freyr is a very good character to put in the slot as well as a replacement. I do think Freyr is very good because you just immune to ignites entirely. Another character you can run as well is Green Melassula. Green Melassula isn't really a damage dealer though, so people prefer not to use her, but she still is an option. But for this video and for the sake of this, we're going to be running Freyr because he is the best option in terms of you know, the ignite blocker for Skull and Hati right here. Alright, now we have these two other slots here, guys. So now we have our main DPS slot, which can pretty much be any DPS character we're running. So this could either be the one ultimate, it could be Trader Meliodas, it can be King, it can be pretty much anybody, right? For this example though, and because a lot of you guys are free-to-play players or, you know, newer players to the game, I'm gonna actually recommend the King comp. And the reason why is because the King comp is very, very strong. So we're gonna have King here, Thonar, Freyr, and then for this slot, this is going to be a flex slot, but for this team specifically, you actually do want to bring the Blue Brawler Bond. And the reason why is because Blue Brawler Bond is actually going to decrease the attack related stats of the enemy for every time that he does not take damage. And so this can actually go up to a minus 75% attack related stats, and every time you use a King Shield, you're pretty much not going to get hit because Bond is going to be protected. So yeah, you're going to be running like a team like this most of the time. I'd say this is probably the best free-to-play friendly team, but if you guys want to run like a more like offensive type team, you can definitely run like Ultimate Escanor in this slot, and then you could do like a you know, like a Trader Melee, or you could do like a little healer in the slot. I like this slot to be kind of a more so a flex slot than a healer slot, but you can definitely run a healer. And if you run a character like Brunhild where she has a heal on her ultimate, that's going to be a very good option as well. You can definitely have a healer here. You can run Scotty in the slot as well. Even though you're running Freyr, you can still run Scotty, or you could replace Freyr with Scotty and then have like another DPS character. There are options you can definitely do, guys. There's so many options on Skull and Hati, which I really like, but the best team that I would recommend for a lot of you guys, and especially if you're free to play and struggle with Skull and Hati, would be this team right here, where you have the Blue Brawler Bond and the Festival King. But there are a lot more team options in terms of what you can do, but pretty much most of the time it's going to be Thonar, Freyr, or Thonar, Scotty, and then you have like a flex slot here or a healer, and then your main DPS character. That's pretty much going to be the rundown for Skull and Hati teams. And in terms of the card set as well, guys, you definitely want to have the Deer card set, because this one is actually going to remove any debuff and become immune, or not remove any debuff, but you become immune to freeze pretty much. I don't know why it's worded like that. Removes and becomes immune to freeze. But yeah, pretty much you are immune to freeze at 5 gauge. And when you're running a team like this with Thonar, you want to make sure that your King does not get frozen. So getting to the maximum 5 ultimate move gauge is going to be very, very strong. And you also get a 10% basic stat increase for the team. So I think this is definitely going to be one of the better teams that you can run on Skull and Hati, and the one that you're going to be using when farming through Skull and Hati throughout the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. I hope this was like helpful and in depth here, so you guys can build these teams so that when the double drops event does come to global, you guys are prepped. Because I have yet to start farming on my JP account, but I need to definitely do it because there's so many holy relics I still need on my JP account, which I'm going to be grinding for in the next like what, probably the next few days here. I'm going to be going crazy. So yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm going to see you guys in the next Grand Cross video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.